But there's a reason for that, because it was expected, after litigation and FOIA requests and the trial of Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's accomplice, who was convicted of federal sex crimes charges and was sentenced to 20 years in prison. A lot of this material has already come out, flight logs, manifests, address book. However, it is fascinating to see what was released here. And of course, Jeffrey Epstein was the disgraced financier, convicted sex offender who ended up dying in prison while awaiting trial on federal sex trafficking charges. But the first thing we got to talk about is the statement that was released by the Department of Justice when they released all these files. And it reads, today, Attorney General Pamela Bondi, in conjunction with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, declassified and publicly released files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and his sexual exploitation of over 250 underage girls at his homes in New York and Florida, among other locations. The first phase of declassified files largely contains documents that have been previously leaked but never released in a formal capacity by the U.S. government. Quote, this Department of Justice is following through on President Trump's commitment to transparency and lifting the veil on the disgusting actions of Jeffrey Epstein and his co-conspirators, said Attorney General Pamela Bondi. The first phase of files released today sheds light on Epstein's extensive network and begins to provide the public with long overdue accountability. The FBI is entering a new era, one that will be defined by integrity, accountability, and the unwavering pursuit of justice. This is from FBI Director Kash Patel, the new FBI director. There will be no cover-ups, no missing documents, and no stone left unturned, and anyone from the prior or current bureau who undermines this will be swiftly pursued. If there are gaps, we will find them. If records have been hidden, we will uncover them, and we will bring everything we find to the DOJ to be fully assessed and transparently disseminated to the American people as it should be. The oath we take is to the Constitution, and under my leadership, the promise will be upheld without compromise. It goes on to say, Attorney General Bondi requested the full and complete files related to Jeffrey Epstein. In response, the department received approximately 200 pages of documents. However, the Attorney General was later informed of thousands of pages of documents related to the investigation and indictment of Epstein that were not previously disclosed.
Just wants to hear that. He gave us a full speech about everything. And then, come on, guys.
The Attorney General has requested the FBI deliver the remaining documents to the department by 8 a.m. on February 28th and has tasked FBI Director Kash Patel with investigating why the request for all documents was not followed. The department remains committed to transparency and intends to release the remaining documents upon review and redaction to protect the identities of Epstein's victims. And by the way, in a separate letter from Pamela Bondi to Kash Patel, she said she expects a report from him in basically 2 weeks about why the files weren't turned over. Hey, by the way, we really, really appreciate you guys coming to us for this episode of Sidebars. We break down, this new development.
And while I'm breaking this down, I'm gonna put this guy on too, because let me know if you guys can hear this. Let me share the screen, share this tab instead. Salute to Ian Carroll. I don't even know who he's like. I don't subscribe to these guys, so if you see some right wing people on the screen, it's not like I subscribe to these people or left wing. These are just people who are covering it that I feel like are saying certain things I feel like are pinpoint with accuracy.